Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a still available surprise, surprise, surprise talk. The works in question are Bruckner's early sacred music, the three masses, and the later sacred music, the Te Deum and Psalm 150. Now, this is on Hyperion with the Corydon singers and the Corydon Orchestra, which is, of course, a pickup ensemble, led by Matthew Best, and an excellent lineup of soloists. These are really fine performances. You actually get more than just the Te Deum and Psalm 150. You also get the motet Libera Me and the two trombone pieces called Equales 1 and 2. So there's a little bit more in there. And they actually recorded more Bruckner than is in this 3-disc set. They did the Requiem and some motets and other stuff. So there's really quite a bit with these people doing them, and they're very, very good. They're wonderful singers, and what really surprised me about these performances was that just how successful the Te Deum was. You know, with a really good sounding organ. Okay, the Corydon Orchestra is not the Berlin Philharmonic under Corydon. You know, when they do the opening string things, it's like this wall of sound, hits you and knocks you back like this. It's astonishing. But they sing very beautifully, and Best paces the works very, very beautifully. The sonics are really, really good. So, and in the masses, we have no issues. Now, if you know the Bruckner masses, numbers 1 and 3 are sort of big symphonic masses along the lines really of the tradition of, say, the Schubert masses or Haydn's and Mozart's symphonic masses, that sort of stuff. Beethoven's Mass in C, not the Missa Solemnis. That's a whole other universe. But they are. But the second mass is for extensive choir, double choir in places, and just winds. It's very austere. It was written for the Sicilian movement, which didn't believe that music should be attractive or something like that, instruments were evil. I don't know, they had some bizarre notion of that stuff. But Bruckner accommodated them in splendid fashion. It's one of the glories of liturgical music in the 19th century. But then again, all three are very fine pieces. They're all earlier than the First Symphony, which makes them even more kind of interesting, because if you want to hear pre-Bruckner, but they're mature works, and they're completely confident works. There's no, 750 versions. I mean, yes, he tinkered and revised, and, the Bruckner people are trying to reissue scores of them, like everything they do with Bruckner. But essentially, there was no fussing about. The text kind of determined where he was going, and so that was fine. And the interesting thing about Bruckner when he sets a text is that he's really very literal. He's very faithful to the text. So it's not big and extended and sort of endless. He just does it. He just gets you through the text of the Mass because he believed every word, and he thought every word should be audible and clear. And so they are. They're really lovely, lovely works, and you can hear many, many foreshadowings of later Bruckner in the slow music, that heartfelt, chromatic, sort of lyrical stuff that he does, the brass writing, the chunky brass writing, those clunky Bruckner rhythms, they're all in here. And so they really are splendid. And the interesting thing about this set is that I just saw it on Amazon for like $22. And there were a bunch of them available. Traditionally, there were only 2 sets of Bruckner sacred music around. There's the Joachim set on DG, which is excellent. It's first rate. And there is this one. And that's about it for Bruckner sacred music. Now, there are many recordings of individual performances of individual masses. But, for one group to do the masses, the Te Deum, Psalm 150, the motets, and all that stuff, that's really rather rare. And to get this for like $22 or so is quite something. And because Hyperion, of course, was purchased by Universal, God knows how long this stuff is going to stick around. You could probably get it for even less at like Berkshire Record Outlet and places like that. I mean, I was amazed that this is still available. And the individual discs that comprise this thing are still around too. And I'm you could knock me over with a pin. This series is viable. And how long it will remain so, I cannot say. So I am telling you now, you heard it here first. If you missed this set the first time, now's your chance. Don't miss out. You'll be very happy to have this. Okay, you're not going to play it every day. I don't play it every day, but I play it. I'm happy to have it. I listen to it, and you probably will too, especially if you like Bruckner. They're beautiful, beautiful works and important works in the history of 19th century liturgical music, works that you should hear. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.